Cool. So this is a model here of the liver, and each of these, do you see how this is sort of like a hexagonal piece of tissue like that? Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Okay, so this one section, this whole hexagon of tissue, this is called a liver lobule. So this is like one lobule, another liver lobule, another liver lobule, another one over here. And this little panel right here is like a chunk of this liver lobule. So it's like we've taken a piece of this and put it over here. Okay, and so we want to look closely at the structure of this liver lobule. So one thing to note is that, do you see how these cells, they're like little cuboidal cells like this? Those are the hepatocytes. You guys remember hepatocytes? Okay, those are the main cells of the liver there. And they're in a simple cuboidal epithelium. And in our liver lobule, let's go back to this one over here. See how in the center, there's a vein right here? And then on each corner, there's like a purple, a red, and a green structure. Purple, red, and green structure. Purple, red, and green. Purple, red, and green. Okay, so on these corners, these are called hepatic triads. It's a triad because it has, over here, a branch of the bile duct. That's one part of this triad. It has a branch of the hepatic artery. That's another part of the triad. It has a branch of the hepatic portal vein. So we've got bile duct, hepatic artery, hepatic portal vein right here. Okay. The bile duct is taking bile produced by these hepatocytes, and the bile travels along these little, we call these bile canaliculi, these little tiny passageways right here. The bile travels from the hepatocytes along these passageways into the bile ductules. And then the bile travels out of the liver, like it comes out through all of these bile ductules and enters these hepatic ducts right here. The hepatic ducts converge to form, like right in here, this is the common hepatic duct. And then the bile can travel to the gallbladder here through this duct number 3, it says. That's the cystic duct.
I want to learn.
Okay, good. Okay. No, it's okay. It's okay. You can talk. It's not like a very high quality production. Okay. All right.
That's on video.
That's fine. Okay. So then once the bile is stored in the gallbladder, right, it's concentrated, stored, it leaves again through the cystic duct, and it's going to come down here through, this is now the common bile duct, and it's going to come out through the hepatopancreatic sphincter with the pancreatic juice and into the duodenum. Okay. So the bile starts here, its production in the hepatocytes makes its way all through this canaliculus, through the tiny bile ductules, then out through the hepatic ducts and on its journey into the duodenum. Okay, so back to this. So that's that one part of our triad. Remember, our triad has the bile ductule, the hepatic portal vein, and the hepatic artery. The hepatic artery is bringing in freshly oxygenated blood from the aorta, essentially, okay? So this is blood coming in to bring oxygen to these cells. We can see how the little arterioles are extending into the liver here. This vein right here, the hepatic portal vein, do you guys remember where this brings nutrients from? Where is it? No. From the digestive tract. Okay, it's bringing blood from the digestive tract. You guys remember that? Okay, so it brings blood from the small intestine, the large intestine, the stomach, and also the spleen, which is not part of the digestive tract. Okay, and all of this blood that could have pathogens in it from the digestive tract or from the spleen, could have broken down red blood cells from the spleen, or it could have lots and lots of nutrients in it, right? If we just ate those nutrients and potentially pathogens are coming up through this hepatic portal vein here and into the liver. Okay, and that blood goes right to these, through these here, these hepatic portal veins that we see at the corner, these purple structures of every liver lobule. Okay, so here it is. Here's one of those corners. Here's our triad, and here's our hepatic portal vein bringing that nutrient-rich blood in. That blood's going to travel through, like, into these sinusoids right here. Remember, sinusoids are the most permeable capillaries. Okay, so the blood's traveling through, and see in the sinusoids, you have to look really close, but you see the little hepatic macrophage? We call these Kupffer cells. If you look in your lab book, there's some on the side too. If you look in your lab book, you'll see them labeled in there. There's a figure of this in your lab book. So the Kupffer cells are eating all the pathogens and dead red blood cells out of this blood. They're cleansing the blood. And then as the blood's coming through, all the nutrients in it are being picked up by the hepatocytes and stored. So the glycogen's being stored, any chylomicrons in this blood are going to be stored, the fats are going to be stored and repackaged. Vitamins are going to be stored in these hepatocytes as this blood moves through the sinusoids. Once the blood gets to this vein right here, this is called the central vein, because see how it's in the center, in the center, in the center, here and here and here. It's in the center of every hepatic lobule. So this blood, these are going to bring the blood upward, and it's not on here. We need a different model. But all of those central veins converge up here at the top and bring blood out into the IVC. Okay, let me get you the other lemon.
So the triad, the red is I would say vein, right?
The red is the hepatic artery.
Artery, okay. And then blue vein, and then green is
Bile ductule.
bile duct.
Yeah. And it's important to know the central vein leads up here to the IVC. It's going to lead to the hepatic veins that come up to the IVC. So central vein goes to the hepatic vein up here. These guys, these are the hepatic portal veins. They're branches of the hepatic portal veins. So they're coming from the bottom of the liver, this hepatic portal vein that's taking blood from the digestive tract into the liver. Then the blood travels through the liver and comes out the top here at the hepatic veins and the IVC. Does that make sense? Okay. Cool. I think we got everything. You guys have any questions on this? Okay. You can watch the video.